We in the SNP welcome this U-turn from the Secretary of State, which vindicates what we, along with a range of charities, women's organisations and faith groups, have been saying since the July budget in 2015. However, none of us will be fully satisfied while the two-child limit applies for births after the 6th of April 2017. It must be scrapped now. The Secretary of State has accepted already that the fundamental unfairness of the two-child limit. So why does he feel this policy, with its cruel and pernicious rape clause, with this form, Mr Speaker, must continue even though it has been ruled unfair for other people? Does he not see that this creates a two-tier system in universal credit depending on when children were born? Mr Speaker, we cannot plan for everything in our life. Has he heard the evidence from Turn to Us and CPAG that the two-child policy is forcing women into terminating healthy pregnancies? Has he heard of the discrimination from religious and ethnic minorities? Does he know that most people claiming this benefit are actually in work? In its first year of operation, it affected 73,530 people. So where does the figure of 15,000 come from, Mr Speaker?
She talked about the non-consensual conception clause. And of course, I absolutely agree with her that women who find themselves in these utterly awful circumstances need to get the help that they need. And this has to be done in the most compassionate way. And we have had a discussion on this point previously. What I would say to her, she's aware it is purely a question of whether the circumstances that are described are consistent with someone who has met the criteria for this exception. And it is, of course, the individuals that are dealing with this are third-party professionals who already have experience in supporting vulnerable women.
Most people call non-consensual conception rape, Mr Speaker. That's what we're talking about. And most people in this country would think picking and choosing between the children we choose to support, most people would call that discrimination, Mr Speaker.
Last year, several newspapers carried harrowing accounts of women forced to seek abortions simply because of the two-child limit policy. I hear what the Minister has said about retrospective changes, but how will what is being proposed help women who have unplanned pregnancies and wish to go ahead with their pregnancy do so?
Mr Speaker, as she will know, we have a set of exemptions in the policy already. We announced recently 2 further exemptions. But what I would just say to her, that in terms of the overall policy, this was tested in the courts last year and was found to be sound.